Hey everybody, it's your man, Mr. Stout, right here. Welcome back to the show right here on RenegadeRadio.com, also on Spreaker.com, Scheme Beats Radio, also on the Move Unscripted as well. We're in the building right now, so we got everything going on. And we got a great show right now for you guys for an interview. Some folks that's coming from the OWN network from the show called Ready to Love, and we have Courtney Larisa and also Terrance, husband. Yeah. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Man. We're pretty good, man. Welcome to the show. We got me and Patricia right here. We kind of got like a little double dating going on right now.
I feel like a double date. You know what I'm saying?
You guys still were so dope, man. You guys out there doing it, man. So tell us a little bit about your show, the premise of your show.
Well, Ready to Love was a dating show on the Oprah Winfrey Network. My husband, Terrance, was actually not on the show. I did not meet him on the show. I met him outside of the show. But basically, it's going into season 3 now, the show is. But I was on the first season. I'm Courtney, a.k.a. the flight attendant. That's how a lot of people remember me. But it was basically a show produced by Will Packer on the Oprah Winfrey Network, hosted by Nephew Tommy. And they basically had a simulation, I guess, of what it's like to really date in the city of Atlanta.
Wow. Yeah. So, give us a little premise about, give us a premise, but tell us what was it like, to be followed about that, of being people what is it like to date in Atlanta?
Well, the show was a little different. When we got on the show, we weren't really told the format of the show. The producers just basically, said, "Are you ladies looking for love in Atlanta with some nice, eligible men?" And we were like, yeah, sign us up. So the very first episode, you will see where Nephew Tommy comes out, and we find out that he's actually the host of the show. And then we find out that there were 15 women and 10 guys at the time. And they told us that out of the 10, only 3 guys would remain. And it would be an elimination type of thing. So I think we were all pretty taken aback by that, because that's not what the majority of us were. I don't think any of us actually were expecting to happen with the premises of the show. But that's what basically happened. And, they switched up a little bit for season 2. But, season 1 was done a little differently. And I think, it sucked for us that so many of the guys were sent home so soon.
So Terrance wasn't one of the guys that was on the show then?
No, sir, he was not.
Yeah. You didn't have to meet him off of the grid over that right there.
You are lucky to have met a man in Atlanta that wasn't already married, under the table down low, or sneaking looking for a spot. You were lucky.
First of all, I didn't meet a man in Atlanta. I met this man 30,000 feet in the air.
All right. That's how you got around it.
Flight from Detroit to San Diego.
Yes, I met him on the airplane on a flight from Detroit to San Diego. Nowhere near
That's a nice conversation right there.
Okay, so you're from Atlanta, Courtney?
I'm not from Louisville, Kentucky, but I live in Atlanta. I'm a flight attendant, and I was based in Atlanta, so I moved there for a job.
Right, and I live in Michigan.
Oh, wow. So she got on that plane. You got on that plane and you seen that sexy thing and you said, "Oh, that's supposed to be my
That's
wife."
Right? That's wife right there. He already knew it. That's wife. No, that's wife.
That's what happened.
That's great, man. Yeah, that's awesome. So you guys met, on 30,000 feet. That's a good story right there. It is. Once we get back on the air, we gotta fly around.
You know what I'm saying?
I just met you. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Right. That's awesome, guys. Yeah. So, how did you know you guys were like a perfect match?
After spending time with each other, and learning, her personality. As you said, when we met on a plane, I mean, I couldn't keep my eyes off of her. She caught me staring at her.
Right.
And then from there, I spent time in Atlanta. I made time for. We met in other places. We just started to build this synergy. We were friends before anything, and things escalated. By the time I knew that she was the one, man, I was pretty much already wrapped in. Even when I wanted to go, I couldn't leave. So
say that, sir. That's how that works. That's exactly how that works. For men, when we do know that, like, that's the one, that's the thing, like that's the person, that's the object of our desire. It doesn't matter what it takes, like, to get next to her and outside. And yes,
that's a good
deal.
Too.
I said that.
You said when you first met.
I said that.
You did say
that. There you go, Terrance. Yeah, you was 30,000 up, like 30,000 miles up. Okay, wingman. All right, how about that?
So when y'all met, Courtney was on the show when y'all met in the air. She was already on the show.
Actually, I wasn't on the show yet. I met Terrance in February, and I got casted for the show in March. But I didn't tell him anything about the show because they were still casting. The casting process was months. It wasn't until like June that they actually picked me for the show. So when they picked me for the show, I told him, I said, listen, I have an opportunity to go on the show to date men that live in Atlanta. I said, we're friends. We've been, seeing each other here and there, off and on. And if you want to go, I understand if you don't want to stick around, but I really want to try to meet somebody who lives in the same city as I do because, I don't want a long-distance relationship.
Oh, you better say it, Miss Courtney.
Yeah.
Right. And I told her to go ahead and go. She never knows what comes from the show. I mean, we were friends. I was pretty confident in who I was, and I just said that. Sir.
Say that.
Whoever who's ever walking up to her, they better make sure they got their big boy pants on because.
I know that's right.
Say that. That's right.
With your bad self.
I like that right there.
That's gangster.
I gotta say this, Terrance. I had to do the same thing. I moved from North Carolina. I'm originally from New Jersey and New York area, the tri-state area, and I moved down to North Carolina. But when I met Patricia, I knew that somebody I knew that I was already had affection for from the time that we met when she was in Chicago, and when she went down there to Atlanta, and I was still on her. I had to do that. Like I felt, you know what I mean? Like I was still driven by her. Like I was still pulled in by her. So I didn't stop the text messages. I didn't stop the phone calls. Time passed. 3 years, 4 years later, how you doing? And I'm happy about that. That's dope, you guys, man.
And that says a lot about him, though, too, because he was not intimidated. Because she probably could have met all these little hunky, cute, whatever, but they didn't. He already knew. Like, ain't nobody about to be able to fill my shoes. Go ahead and shoot. Right. Go ahead. I know where you're coming back to. Yeah. And I be darned, you put a ring on it.
Right, yeah, that's awesome, you guys.
Where my ring at, Kenny?
It's coming.
Where's that? You still in the layaway?
Yeah, it's still in layaway. We're gonna get it though. It's gonna be you're gonna be able to see that right there from the moon. It's gonna bling up on them for real. No doubt about it. So how you guys are spending, for the time during the quarantine? You have a pandemic going around the country, around the world. How you guys are spending, together with that?
Terrance, he works every day. He's got a home office, so he goes and tinkers in his office all day long. And I've kept myself busy with a couple of new businesses that I've started and gotten involved in. And then we come together for our weekly Walmart runs.
or night out with
Yeah. So what is it you guys are doing? Like, what are you guys are doing?
You put on your heels, and your best Sunday best.
Right.
That's the only thing we can get right now.
Right. So we've had a lot of Netflix chill nights.
Right. Yeah, have movie night for real. I mean, like, what's some of the things that you think that like questions like when it comes to for like relationships, what do you think that people can actually do to like to pull together? Because I know people like trying to pull their hair out right now, or like probably going through a lot of arguing or whatever, because everybody's so close right now. So what are some of the suggestions that you may have that people can like chill it out, like Netflix and chill?
And have you had your first argument yet? I'm curious. Have y'all had your first argument yet?
No, we don't really argue. I mean, we've had like some disagreements per se, but Terrance, you got to know Terrance. Terrance is like the most chill, calmest.
That's like
he must be a Sagittarius. Hold on.
He's a Capricorn. He's a Capricorn.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's right, close.
That's right. There you go.
I'm more, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I look at everything and she laughs at when I call it. I call it a bottleneck. That means it can be straightened out.
Say that. See that you're teaching right there. I like that right there.
Yeah.
There's a chance right there, right?
Yeah, nice.
Ding.
Yeah.
He tries to get
a little
huffy sometimes. I can't take him serious though when he does, because he's just so chill and calm all the time. And I'm like, are you serious right now? Like,
So that you can just hear the love.
Yeah, I do hear.
You hear the love, especially in her. You can hear that love.
Yeah.
He's confident, like, yeah. I
got
keep her happy, right?
I know that movie right there. I know that movie. You get the girl. There you go.
You know what? When people see our first video that we did together, after the show, they were talking about how happy I looked and how I was smiling, how he was smiling.
Right.
And I'm like, that's how you know you have a good connection. So I could just hear the love in you. Women, we are more receptive. We understand. We hear. So I could just hear the happiness. And that is so beautiful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's so beautiful. So, you met. She ended up going on the show. How long were you on the show? How long? The whole season? Were you there the whole season?
Well, I was there up until, there was only, I think, 10 episodes. I was there till, episode 7. I left.
What made you leave?
The guy that I had showed an interest in or had chosen to show an interest in, it just really I wasn't really interested. And he was playing a lot of games with a lot of the women on the show. And it just, I was just like, yeah, I'm done.
Right. And then not only that, you had Terrance whispering in your ear like, hey, baby, now, don't forget him.
Right, he's like,
baby.
He's very right on him, like, practice what you preach. Like, he like, go get it. Like, I swear, man, like, you my hero right now, bro.
What I did, I told her, so I'm in Chicago, and I got these tickets, so just come on out. So, and we enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah.
That's so romantic.
Yeah, I came out here to Ohio via North Carolina.
Yeah, he sure did. See,
wow.
Yeah.
That's how you know when a man put action behind his words.
Oh yeah.
That's when you know you got something.
Go get it. No doubt about it. So,
as women,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We don't realize that a lot of times we settle for broken promises and empty words. And I'm telling you, if a man is giving you broken promises and empty words, you need to move on, girl, because that man ain't looking at you like that. Because the man that wants you, like he said, he packed up and moved to Ohio. And you said the action behind it, a man who wants you, you ain't gonna have to wonder, guess, or think twice about whether or not he wants you, because you gonna know.
That's right.
Because he will make it more than clear that I want you. You're mine.
You know what? A lot of women need to hear that. You know why I say that? Because a lot of women stay in these relationships as the side chick or know that the guy is messing around because they show him a little bit of affection, but they're not really putting in no work. You know what I'm saying? And these women settle for that, thinking that, okay, well, he come and see me on Sunday, so he must care about me, and he's only over there just because, you know, whatever excuse he gave, you know, or they be chasing after the men who really just giving them a little bit of attention just to keep them chasing, but they're not putting in no real work. So you're right. A lot of women stay in relationships with people where the man ain't doing nothing.
And you have a lot of women who aren't side chicks that are in full-blown relationships with men, and they're making excuses for why that man ain't loving them the way they need to be loved. Well, he you know, it's just the way he grew up. He just don't, no, stop making excuses.
Yeah, that's right. It does take that. It takes the growth of being grown up, how to love.
It's like
it's a sort of thing.
It's like they tell us in flight attendant training: when in doubt, get out. So if you in a relationship,
all right. Well, I'm like, okay, well, you gotta have a parachute.
and when someone wants you, there's not going to be any confusion around it. You're not going to have to be trying to guess or trying to wonder or try to figure it out.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell me back when me and Terrance were dating. You couldn't tell me, I knew 1,000% this man wanted me. This man was into me.
That's right.
And it was like, wow.
How about that? He said, that's right. Go ahead, Barry White, do that. I love it, Terrance. No doubt. So what do you guys got going on right now? Are you having a TV show or is another streaming, or what's going on? What you guys are going on right now?
We do have an episode, a show coming out next month on a major network. We can't talk about it right now.
Okay.
It hasn't been announced yet. But as soon as we get the green light, you guys will be the first to know. We'll let you know, see what it is. But we're excited about it.
That's great.
I'm happy for y'all. They newlyweds, y'all. That's so beautiful. Right? That's so beautiful.
We're coming out to Atlanta. We got to see you guys, man. So have lunch or something. I don't know.
Right. That's so beautiful. You know, it's like I said, the competition. But you're not from Atlanta and all that kind of stuff, but still just being there, living there. Yeah. And if you were still single, whatever, the competition of trying to find someone that's real in Atlanta is not no easy thing. It really is. Yeah. And so when you do find someone that's good, and not even just in Atlanta, period, because you got so many people that's playing games nowadays. When you find someone that's good, you really should cherish them and make them feel loved. Like sometimes couples, I've noticed, have a problem with showing affection, to each other. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or making each other feel beautiful. So I think that's something that people need to, probably other couples need to see, couples like you that probably show love to each other. Yeah, appreciate each other. Yeah.
It's time. Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's amazing. Now, what can you suggest to people out there they can do to make their relationship right now a little bit better while we are in quarantine?
I mean, I think you kind of threw me off when you said people spending too much time together and now they arguing. I'm like, maybe they don't need to be together.
They are. They are. I see the video.
I don't know if I want
They are. They need you guys' help. Right. Go ahead.
I would say if that's the case, you might want to just reevaluate that whole situation because,
I would say that being in COVID right now, spending time with each other, make it a movie night. Do stuff that's fun. Act like you're young again. I don't know, go play spin the bottle, but just
get a bicycle and go bike riding.
Enjoy each other because it's a complete slowdown. Yeah. And with this slowdown, you take your time, reevaluate things. I mean, where are you rushing to? I mean, nothing's there right now. So really enjoy each other. Take a walk and appreciate life. I think what this does, it opens everything up to let us know how vulnerable we really are and how things can change in a life's moment. And it shows you how big this world is, man. This world is small. You take something so small that can impact the world the way that it is and cause it to pause. You got to look at life like that and then really cherish and evaluate who you are first, and then take that other person, man, and really appreciate that because, I mean, as we know, nothing's promised. So I would say enjoy each other as if it's the last day. and keep doing that.
Yeah, because it could definitely be the last day.
That's right. I'm feeling that right there. That's what I'm like. I'm happy where I'm at right now. We're gonna make things like, get bigger and have some fun. You know what I mean? I know we're in a crisis, but we at home, so we can do the things we can do at home. There's things you can do like around your house. That's the place where you go out and work for those 8 or 10 hours or 20 hours, wherever you're working. You come there, like, you only sleeping for a few hours before you got to get back up and go back to the job. So now you have the time, like have fun with the family. So talk about these things, like build some things up, and get back to love, man. That's fact.
So I'm curious, when you proposed, Terrance, did you know, Courtney, that it was going to happen, or was it a complete surprise? And how did you propose? Like, please don't leave out not one detail.
So here's the funny thing about it. So Terrance and I, we had decided February of 2019. Yeah, 19. We were like, you know what? I can really see myself spending the rest of my life with you. And I'm like, oh my God, I can too. Like we're gonna get married. Yeah. So it was kind of like we made this discussion that we were gonna get married. Girl, we went down to the Dominican Republic. What is that, May or June?
In May.
We went down in May. Literally met with a wedding planner at a resort. We got a wedding planner here. We went down to the site visit to the resort, paid a deposit for a wedding.
I did all this before proposing.
Wow. Oh, you did all that before you ever proposed?
So we're secretly planning this wedding. We done went and took engagement photos. We come back. I think I started telling people in August or September.
Right.
Was it August? September? Was it August?
It was
August.
August.
It was like August. I started sending out save the dates.
She didn't have her ring yet.
You already was planning, like, oh, I know the ring coming. Let me go ahead and get this stuff coming, because I already know. Oh.
Be like, oh, you're engaged. Where's your ring? And I'm like, I don't have it yet. And it's like, what?
They all look at her like, where's the thermometer? She's over here planning weddings, and she hasn't even gotten a ring yet. Where's the thermometer at?
Certified lunatic.
I'll tell you this. She would look at me every minute. She would tap her feet like, this damn ring better come.
Well, he took me. Let me tell you, we went to this jewelry store, and we looked at like some bands, and we looked at some loose stones and some diamonds, and I kind of made picks of what I liked and what I didn't like, and that was it. And so I'm like,
wow.
Oh, excuse my French, I'm sorry. I'm like, well, dang, when is the the ring coming? And then I'm like, I done told everybody we get married. I got these save the dates out. I done did all this stuff.
So now I'm strategizing.
You sound like me with Mr. Stout. With the ring in layaway. That's all I know. Is it in layaway?
It's coming. He's on his way.
That's so funny. So when you finally...
When I finally proposed, I was trying to think of different ways of doing it. First thought was to do it 30,000 feet in the air, how we met. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what? Nah, I had even called Delta to set things up. So, but I said, no, I want to keep it personal, because during our journey, there were a couple of things that happened that allowed us to become close. I mean, she torn her Achilles, and we spent literally 6 to 8 weeks at her. Well, literally at her house. I transferred some of my business down to Atlanta to spend time with her. So we it was a lot of personal time, in-home dinners, watching Netflix. I wanted to keep it all personal. So what I had done, we had one of our Netflix nights. She didn't know anything. I literally walked up. We were sitting down. We were on the couch lounging. Walked in the room where I would normally keep my things. I picked up her ring. She didn't see me. She was so into the movie. And then so I was knelt down behind her. So when she turned back and looked, the ring box was open. She looked at the ring, Man, she jumped up off the couch. She ran.
Oh my goodness, that is.
Wait, you know how they run on Mari when they be like, "You are not the father."
That's movie stuff right there, bro. That's Hallmark right there. You hear me? That's Hallmark right there.
So you actually got married in February then, right?
We actually know. Well, we got legally married January 23rd, 1/2/3/20.
Right.
But we had our symbolic ceremony February 1st.
We had a destination wedding in Dominican Republic, and that was February 1st.
Oh.
So I'm glad y'all here got that out the way and came on back, because you know Dominican Republic, they about crazy right now.
Girl, the whole world. I feel so sorry I feel so bad for the brides right now that have been planning their weddings and are affected by this. My heart just breaks for them. I mean, it is so stressful. Like, planning a wedding, you know, you hear all these little bridezilla stories and this and that, but planning a wedding is, like, ridiculous. It's a ridiculous amount of energy, effort, stress, tears, crying. You lose friends and family members that you thought would be happy for you. I mean, planning a wedding is like a tumultuous time in a woman's life. Like, it really is. It takes a lot out of you. And I'm telling you this now, Patricia, because get ready. When you get that ring, honey, you're going to have a
ring
lot
on it. And look, I'm like, look, I got to do something fresh like what Terrance did. I got to do something fresh like that, like with the whole Netflix and all that. You know what I mean? I had to take a flight. I don't know. I have a mask on. I don't know what I'm going to do, like a bio suit. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to do something fresh like you did, Terrance, yo.
It wasn't Netflix. It was a video that he made. He made a personal video, and he never does stuff like that. And I was watching the video on my phone, and he texted to me. We watched it together. And then he got up to leave, and I thought he was going to the bathroom. And then I was watching
man, look. That's even more extra.
So it was like a whole video of our whole dating time and experience. Of
so
all
let
of
me
our
interrupt it. We were watching a movie, but I told her, I said, hey, watch this video. So I sent her the video, and it was she was watching it. So the movie was interrupted. She was watching this, and it was everything that we had basically been through, what we had done. It was from the things that we had done when we met, the time she torn her Achilles to just everything.
It was so sweet.
It was about a 3-minute clip, and by the time that
and he had what's her name, Tamia and Eric Benet, Spend My Life With You. That was the song on it. It was so cute.
Oh, that is my favorite song.
It was
you wanted to rock that song right here, y'all. You had to rock that one right there.
So by the time the song was done, I was knelt down behind her with the box open, and then she turned back and looked at the ring.
And I did not see it coming. I was so impressed by the video. I would turn around and be like, "Oh my God, Terrance, I can't believe!" And I was like, "What are you doing?"
So beautiful.
I'm going to do some Boys and Men on the Beach, something like that. I don't know, bro. I can't top that what you just did right there. That was amazing, though. That's amazing. Yeah, no doubt, man. Courtney and Terrance right here from Ready to Love. On season right now. It's on network right now. So they can. Where can they get that for the shows that's already been out there? Is it they can go on Netflix or they can go on Prime Video? Where can they see the show at? I know on network as well, but is it being rebroadcast or simul?
I think you can. What's it called? You know, I don't watch much TV. What's that called?
Like syndication. The syndication.
Yeah, when you can go back and choose the show.
Yeah, the replays. Yeah, yes.
What, on demand?
Yeah, on demand. Yeah, on demand.
Yeah, I think it's on demand right now. Because they were showing both seasons. I know season 3 is coming up. They're actually going to do season 3 in the city of Houston, and so I don't know what's going to happen because of all this COVID-19 stuff. So with the delay on filming and everything, but you can definitely catch seasons 1 and seasons 2 on the on demand on the Oprah Winfrey Network on demand channel. Yeah.
We can check for that.
Yeah, we're going to definitely look at it. And if for your new show, whatever you got going on that you're keeping up under the cover, if you ever need a man and a woman couple to come and just like whatever, we're here.
Yes. Yeah, no doubt, man. You guys seem like a great couple, and I wish that our people would definitely start to embrace that about get back to love and not to have the go through the argument thing and stuff like that. Like I know it's going to happen, but I know everything right now is at a tough time where we got to really embrace understanding and love and really get back into where we used to be. Like to me right now, being home takes me back to I'm gonna say my my age, but back to the 70s and the 80s when home was home life and everybody took care of each other in that kind of capacity. You know what I mean? Right. Like we need to get back to that. And Courtney and Terrance, what you guys are doing for understanding of what it comes for what you guys have done and to bring back that feeling of what love should feel like. I've really been inspired tonight, to talk to you guys. Yeah.
Me too.
Thank you.
Oh, that just made me want to hug Kenny. Oh, that just made me
Thank you guys so much. You guys got some information on how they can get social media and things like that. How can you get in touch with you?
Instagram or
you can get in touch with Terrance and I both on my Instagram.
All right.
What's your Instagram?
Say that.
I am Courtney Larisa, and it's Larisa.
That's awesome. I know you guys got a lot more interviews going on. I know you guys are working and keep it going. But I would definitely like to reach out to you guys and see we can chop it up some more because we got some things we want to get you guys on video with us, something like that, so we can. Maybe do a Zoom thing or something like that. I don't know. To try something.
Your Instagram.
Instagram, Zoom, something. We do another interview with you guys because it was very fun.
Yeah, it was. It just made me happy. I'm so happy for you. I wish y'all many, many, many blissful, wonderful, blessed years together. It's a blessing to have found each other.
Yes.
And especially 30 feet in the air. 30,000 feet in the air. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you for stepping by.
All right, no doubt about it. We got Courtney and Terrance right there on Skin Beach Radio News Review right here. Also on RenegadeRadio.com, Skin Beach Radio Show. You got to check them out. It's all the shows out there they have on the season 1 and 2, also on OWN Network. And you know what I'm saying? It's doing anything. You know what I'm saying? Called Ready to Love. Are you ready to love? Come get some. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.